Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and I'm a knitter slash crocheter slash maker of things based in South Carolina, and this is my 5th podcast. It's been a little while, quite a while, since my last one, but I'm just gonna get back into it and pretend that I didn't miss many months in between. I have a lot of things to talk about because I haven't been on YouTube in a few months. I don't have them all with me because some of them were given away. And I'm just excited to get started. Real quick though, let me show you the birthday girl. She is 6 years old today. Happy birthday, Miss Mochi. Yay for Mochi. She is 6 and I'm having a little bit of like a crisis about it. I'm gonna start with what I'm wearing today, and this is my 3rd Tolsta tee, and it is my first finished object. So I'm just gonna jump right into the finished objects. This I made in Lena from Sandnes Garn, and the color is Slate. The pattern is the Tolsta tee. I'm sure you know it at this point. It's from or by Rebecca Clow, the Crayabea on Instagram. I've made this before, but I'm just like, I have the pattern, I might as well make it again and change it a little bit, which is fine. I made size 3, but I think the neckline I might have done size 2 and then like increased to size 3. That sounds familiar, but again, it's been a while since I did this one, and then I didn't write down what I did, but that's what I think I did. And I ended up doing 3/4 length sleeves, which I think is pretty cute. It's very comfortable. It's good for the weather here because it's just so hot. And I made this in like, I think I started in like February, just looking for something I could wear in the like transitional months, because I really want to wear things I make, but it's really hard to wear it to work because I had to go outside for recess every day at like the hottest part of the day. Not ideal for wearing my knits, but this one I was actually able to wear outside and stand in the shade. So it was relatively comfortable for that. But also, even if I don't go outside, my classroom is always so hot. There's something wrong with the air conditioning, and it's because a critter, a squirrel, climbed inside in the ceiling and ate the wires that connect the air to like the district office, which controls our air. So like the air would just not come on, or at least that's what I was told. It became very like fun lore for my students. So every time it'd be hot, we'd be like, the critter. Anyway, this is good for my hot classroom and for going outside in the South Carolina heat. For the sleeves, I think I looked at when you download the pattern, you also get a whole document for long sleeves. I think I looked at it and then kind of used that, but also kind of just like based off vibes, decided what to do. But I'm almost positive I might have followed the rate for decreases and then just stopped when I wanted to stop. And then I just did a standard knit bind off, which I think looks really nice, and it really doesn't roll too much so far. And I've worn it quite a few times, probably like once a week there for a little while. I've made the Tolsta tee 3 times, and this is my favorite one of the bunch. The first one is if you look on my Instagram, it's like a striped cream and pink one. Ow, why are you biting me? Sorry. It's striped cream and pink, and I also used Lena, and then, please stop, please stop. Someone's getting feisty for her birthday. Probably because I called her old. But I don't love the way that one fits on my arms, and then it's also just like it's a good length, but I don't know. I don't wear that one a lot. And then I made another one last summer, which was a total flop. I do not like it. I don't know what to do with it. I don't even feel like unraveling it. I don't know. I made it with, it's like the Hobby Lobby version of Kobu from Lion Brand. And it's just like huge. The neckline is massive and it's really heavy. I don't like it. But I like this one, and I'm quite pleased to wear this a lot. And one of my coworkers, she's always saying that I need to teach her how to knit. And then when I made this one, she was like, I want that one. That's the one I want to make. And so she really gassed me up for it. And every time I wear it, she would give me a compliment. My only complaint is with the neckline, my bra straps just barely start to like poke out if I'm not mindful, and it's not really a big deal. It's just like I work with little children. I don't really like to have my bra showing, but overall, not a big deal. I don't really care. Sorry, now she's licking my notebook. Okay. But that is my new Tolsta tee. My next finished object, I talked about this one in my last episode a while ago, is the Step by Step cardigan by Florence Miller, or Handmade by Florence. I intended to make just a regular throw-on cardigan to wear around the house and not worry about it looking like super polished, and I feel like I accomplished that. Like this, it looks pretty wear around the housey, but it's very comfortable and I'm really liking it. I forgot to say for this one, I made size 3 in the Tolsta tee. This one is size C, and it's a little bit bigger than I would usually wear, but I think for around the house, it's like the perfect, very cozy, comfy kind of vibe. Here, I'll even put it on. The yarn is Mary Maxim Irish Tweed, which is like a 98% acrylic and then 2% viscose, and I think that's just like the little flex, or the viscose, I think. I got this from my grandma a long time ago, like in college, and I wanted to crochet, because at the time I only knew how to crochet. I wanted to crochet a sweater, and I did like the whole back panel, I think, and started the front, and I was like, I hate this. It was just like too stiff. It just wasn't a fan. And then I left it for a few years, and then when I learned to knit, I brought it back out and I was like, oh, this would be a really cute cardigan, but I never used it until like January this year. It snowed down here, which was crazy, and that inspired me to make this cardigan finally, like sitting when we were in our apartment with an inch of snow outside and the whole city was shut down. I started this. I didn't finish it until recently, and so it is way too hot to wear it outside or anywhere besides in our apartment. But for running around the apartment, this is very comfortable, very cozy. I've been wearing it on the couch. My only thing is I made it in white, and so I'm afraid to wear it when I'm like making food or eating food or drinking coffee. I've drank coffee in it, so I've gotten past that fear, but no food, because my other hoodie that I wear all the time when I'm making food is like so whatever. It just gets stuff on it and I can just throw it in the wash, but I don't really want to do that on this. I'm afraid it'll stain. My other one is like a gray. Everything comes out. Not a big deal. I know this doesn't look super polished. Here, I'll stand up. I haven't even blocked it, but I don't really feel like doing that at all because I don't really care how it looks. I wish I had made it slightly longer. I feel like, get up on the bed. I wish I had made it slightly longer. It hits like right at my hips. It's kind of a trend for me. I always feel like it's longer, and then when I bind it up, I'm like, oh, it's actually not as long as I thought. But, you know, it's okay. For around the house, I don't really mind about the little details, and it's very warm, you know, acrylic, but very comfy. I'm thinking though, when we go back to school in the fall on like the cooler days, I might be able to wear this like over something and then take it off if I get too hot. And I do think it'll look pretty cute. Really like the little flex. I was wanting to make something with tweed this year, so this kind of got that for me, but then I'm like, maybe I should make something else with tweed. Also seen the rainbow make it tweed that you like hold with another yarn. I think that's really cute, and I might want to do that with something, but I don't know. But anyway, this is my step-by-step cardigan. I like it, and I'm excited just to kind of continue to wear it around the house. Next, I actually have 2 pairs of socks. This one was on my last pod, this one was not. I'll start with the blue pair. These are basically every time I've made a vanilla sock, I've used the pattern and video by Kristen Lehrer, and just because it's free, I have it, I've done it, and her video is great if you need help. At this point, I don't use the video, but I would highly recommend it to somebody who wants to make a pair of socks. I think this is my last pair of vanilla socks for a while for myself. I think at this point, I want to venture out into new things, but I do love a vanilla sock for showing off like a really pretty yarn, which is what I think I have here. I love this yarn. I think it is so cute. It's like the perfect little pastel blue with little bits of orange and brown and darker blue. I think it is so pretty. Love. I started these in February because I was going to a music teacher conference in Columbia, and I wanted some little project to do while I was there. I just started these, and I finished like half of one and then left it in my little knitting basket for a few months. And then when school ended a couple weeks ago, the first day of summer, I was like, I'll finish the socks. And I finished like that sock and then did the next one just to get it off my needles. It was a cute little project. It was fun. The yarn is by Wonderland Yarns, and it's the Marianne sock base. And I can remember that because it's my mother-in-law's name, but I don't remember the color and I do not have the label, but it's very cute bluish yarn. And then I got these pink ones. I didn't block them, so they're not super sock shaped or they're not really polished looking yet, but I do really like the color on these too. I started these actually like a little over a week ago because we were going to Mexico and I wanted a little project to take with me, so I started and did like a little bit of the cuff and then did the rest of it on the plane and then finished on the way home. And then when we got home, I did the next sock. I didn't knit any while we were in Mexico because I was having too much fun. But I did do it on the plane there and back, and then at home. Sorry, Mochi is scratching really bad. She's an itchy girl right now, so I'm trying to keep her from scratching. This yarn is from Willow on the Water. It is the color Those Final Feet, I think. That's what's on the label. I wasn't sure if that's like the sock yarn, whatever, or the color, but I think it's the color. I got this yarn like almost exactly a year ago when we went to visit some of our friends in Washington State. We went to Whidbey Island, which was really, really cute. You like ride a ferry over there and it is just the cutest little town. And I stumbled upon a yarn store, so I was like, eek, we have to go in. And my friends, you know, they wanted to go in too, which was nice. So I went in, I got this yarn, and I got a really pretty green yarn that I haven't used yet, and I'm gonna use that for some socks. Really cool about Whidbey Island, that is where they filmed Practical Magic, which I love the vibes of Practical Magic, but you know that really cute little town? That's where this was. It was so cute. The yarn store was called Sea Breeze Yarn, and it was very nice. Would highly recommend if you go to Whidbey Island. But these are my vanilla socks. Probably my last vanilla socks for a little while for myself, but I do think I'm making another pair of vanilla socks for someone else. I'll tell you about that later. My next finished object, this is new to the pod, is the Siren Side-Slit dress by Janine Miska, Knits and Knots on Instagram, and this I am so pleased with. I'm very proud. I made this because we were going to Mexico and I wanted to have a little cover-up. There's a Mochi sighting. I wanted to have a little cover-up to take with me, so I made this. I made size 2. I used Lion Brand 24/7 cotton as suggested, but she suggests the DK version, and I accidentally ordered the worsted. So I made it in that, and I just used, instead of a 3.5 millimeter hook, I used a 3 millimeter hook, and that seemed to be fine. It matched gauge, or I met the gauge. And the final product might be like a little different, but I really like it, so I don't care. As you can see, I did not do the neck or arm finishing. I might go back and do those later, but I didn't really have time for the trip, and also I just didn't really feel like it. I felt like it looked good without it, and so I just did it. But as it's stretching out, I'm getting more room, and I'm thinking maybe I could go back and add that. I don't know. I think it fits really well and made me feel really good. It was nice to just be able to throw on over my swimsuit, and I was clothed. It was good. I liked it, and I also felt really fancy. I was a little nervous to try this because I'm not the best crocheter. I knew how to crochet first, but when I got into knitting, that's like all I did, and I feel like at this point I'm better at knitting than crochet. It was not as hard as I thought it would be. I mean, it looks pretty complicated to my eye, but then when I go in and look at it, it's really just one row of something, one row of something else, one row of something, one row of something else, all the way through the dress, and like nothing changes except for, you know, making the armhole and the neck hole. It was pretty simple, and then I really didn't mind seaming the sides. I was afraid of that, but it was pretty simple. It didn't take very long, and it was not too hard. I really liked this for working on like a project while I watched movies and TV because I didn't have to reference the pattern that much. I just knew I needed to make it a certain width, and then I needed to change something, and then I made that a certain width, and then I go back. You know, it was pretty simple. I liked it, and I'm excited to keep wearing this because it is practical. Like, I can actually use it, but I think it's also really cute, and it made me feel really good walking around wearing it. I don't always feel super great in just my swimsuit, but I did feel pretty good with this on top. But that is my Siren side-slit dress. Now my next finished object I don't have to show you, so I'll put a picture on the screen, and this is my hungry caterpillar cocoon and hat. It is the cutest thing I've ever made. I'm so about it. The pattern is by Angie Hartley, and I made this for my friend. She had a baby in May. I made this for the shower though in March, and I really like last minute decided to make it because I was inspired, and then I was looking for a pattern and I found a good one the night before her shower, which I was throwing. So that day, as soon as I left work, I went to Hobby Lobby. Not my favorite place, but it is the only place within an hour to get yarn. So I went there, I got all the colors I needed, and I came home and I just knitted like crazy. I stayed up super late trying to finish it, and it was so cute. It was so cute. It was absolutely worth it, even though I was very tired the next morning when I had to drive to her to throw the baby shower. But I was very pleased. She seemed really excited about it, which made me feel really good. And it is so cute. You know, I did change a little bit. I think in the pattern, it kind of suggests when you should change colors and how thick to make each stripe. I kind of just used vibes to decide when to change colors and how thick to make the stripes. And then on the hat, it wants you to do the eyes a certain way, and I did them a different way. Not trying to like give away the pattern, but for the eyes, I can just, if you look at it, you can tell I just did a magic circle and then crochet, and then used yellow to outline it instead of like doing like it says, and then I sewed it on instead of gluing them on, and I was very pleased. I thought it was so cute. I love the little antennas, and I'm really excited about it. I love it. I think it is so stinking cute. Like, I'm very pleased, very pleased. And then speaking of that baby, when that baby was born, I got to go see her, and she is the most darling little lady. I love her, and I made her a little lovey. I'll put it on the screen too because I also don't have it. It is in the possession of the baby. I made the Ollie's Bear Lovey by Hannah G Knits, or Hannah Graham. And I used just some like random baby yarn that I'd had from Hobby Lobby for some other project. The only thing I changed here is I did change the ears because I feel like this baby has more bunny vibes than like bear vibes. And so I made little bunny ears instead. And then I pinched them at the bottom and sewed them together to kind of make them more bunny shaped. I think they were really cute. I liked the construction on the blankie portion. I thought it was nice and it was fun, and I learned a new decrease, like the metered decrease. It was pretty cool and it was entertaining. It was not boring like you'd think a blanket or a blankie might be. I liked it. I would make another one. I just need another friend's baby to make it for. But that is all of my finished objects for the last few months, and now I'm gonna get into my single whip. Okay, so the only whip that I have going right now is the blouse #1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and I've actually gotten pretty far on it. Body is done, one arm done. I'm working on the other sleeve, and I'm getting pretty close. Like, not much longer. I'm kind of putting it off because it's my only whip and I need something else, but I don't really have something else to start. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna finish this today or tomorrow though, so I'm starting to think I need to do something. I like never let it get like this. I don't really know what happened. I just like finished all my stuff. I like to have a couple things going so I have options, but this is my last thing and I'm excited to have it and to wear it. I don't know if I can wear it just yet because it's really hot. I thought I would start this like a long time ago and be able to wear it in like April, but that came and went. So now I think this might be good for like September, October, and then next year in like April and May. I think this will be really good. I mean, I could wear this if I know that we're going like to dinner or something, and it'll be hot until we get into the car and then fine, and then hot until we get into the restaurant and then fine. Like, I could do that, but if we're gonna go like wander around outside, I don't think I could wear this. I don't think I could wear anything knit in this weather, but maybe. To make this, I used tin Lena in 2 different colors to make it like very slightly marled. Like they're so close together. This one is, what is it? 1002, and it's the white. And then this is 1015 in kit. And so together they make this color. I'm pretty pleased with it. I like it. I think it looks pretty good. I saw somebody else on Ravelry do this combo, so I copied them. I think they're probably okay with it. The size I made is small, and then I sized down to 4.5 millimeter needles because with the 5 millimeter, I was like right on gauge, but it was kind of gapey in a way I didn't like. So I sized down, and I'm still pretty close to the gauge. I'm like slightly off. But I feel like if it just makes the shirt a little bit smaller, it's fine. And I've tried it on and it fit fine. So unless something weird happens, I think it will be okay. And then I do anticipate it growing a little bit just because of the material. It's cotton and linen, so it's gonna get a little bit bigger, which I'm okay with. I'm not worried about it. I really like the way the tin Lena feels in my hands. Like it's super drapey. It feels really good. I'd be interested to try it held single. I've never used this before, and so I've only held it double. I would be interested to try something where you hold it single. Plus, there's no way I'm gonna run out of the 2 balls I'm using, so I have 1 of each color left that I don't know what I'm gonna do with. I'll find something or I'll give them to somebody. I don't know. My finished object is going to be most likely slightly see-through. I feel like when I tried it on the other day, you could just kind of see through it a little, but not that bad. So I would be totally comfortable wearing this out and about. But if I was going to wear it to school, I would probably wear something underneath it unless somehow it becomes opaque. I don't think it will though. I don't think that's how things work. So I'll probably wear something under it, which is not a problem. That is my only whip. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I need to do something next. We'll see what it is. Now on to my future plans. I have a few things that I definitely want to do, and then I've got like some ideas in the works. One thing that I certainly want to do, Robbie has been asking for a pair of socks. Like not demanding, but nicely asking if I would please make him a pair of socks. I've been putting it off so much though because he is 6'4" and has massive feet, like scary feet, and I am afraid to knit that big of socks. Like I don't know. So if anyone has ever done that, like knitted socks for size 14 feet, please let me know if you have any tips. I might just have to bite the bullet and just make these crazy big socks. But I feel like I've got tiny little princess feet, and so I'm worried that it will like take so long. But also he has asked very nicely for a while, and I want to make a pair for him because I think he would really appreciate them, and he's 100% knit worthy. He's the best. He's just got scary feet, so that intimidates me. His only request is that they're green, and so I might just make a green pair of vanilla socks. I don't know if I'll try anything funky. I think it would be so fun if I made him like colorwork socks with little guinea pigs on them, but I can't figure out there's no pattern out there that I've seen that has guinea pigs. I don't really even know how you would depict a guinea pig on a sock because their body is just like a potato with fur, and so I feel like that shape is hard. I don't know. If anyone has something like that though, let me know. And for myself, I want to make a cabled sweater. Last summer I made the book club cardigan with cables all over it, and it was a great summer project for me because I have a lot of downtime as a teacher, and so I really liked that kind of ambitious project, and I would like to do that again. Right now I'm looking at the Serena sweater or the Sabia sweater, both by Cookie the Knitter. I feel like they're kind of what I'm going for. I'm leaning toward this Serena sweater because I feel like it gives like Rory Gilmore vibes, and right now I'm in a big like Gilmore Girls fixation. I think that'd be really cute, and I would probably do it in like an off-white color. I don't know. I'm just feeling like something cabled, and then I've also thought about maybe doing something in like a green color or like brown. I don't know. I like seeing people's knits in like really funky, cool, bright colors, but I don't know if that really like calls to me. I don't know if I would wear it a ton. So I stick to the boring colors, but I love to watch everyone who makes things in cool colors and live vicariously through them. Another thing I want to make for myself is a pair of colorwork socks. There are so many patterns that I've seen that I really like, but I'm afraid to like try. I think that is what I'll do next. I'll pick a colorwork sock pattern and attempt it. I have a lot of patterns from Stone Knits and my favorites on Ravelry. And one that I think is so cute is the leaf one. And I think that'd be pretty simple because it's just, you know, 2 colors and that's it. But one that's more ambitious that I think is really cute is the herding hen socks with the little chickens. I really like that one. I think I might try that once I've done a pattern with just 2 colors, but I really like those little chicken socks. I want to wear them. Then something that I've been saying for a while is I want to do a sweater with like a shirt collar, kind of like the Elizabeth blouse by Petite Knit. But then I saw one that I think I like more called the Charlie pullover by Morica Knits, and I think I like that collar is a little bit more structured. I don't really know, I haven't looked into it too much, but I saw a picture and I was like, ooh, I think that's what's calling to me. But I just like the idea of that like sort of polo collar. I think that's cute. I probably will do one of those at some point. And then I've also been really into the like trend of the little tie front cardigans, and I think the Solène cardigan by Morica Knits also looks really cute. I'll probably just do 1 tie. I think Mathilde made one with just 1 tie and I was like, that's really cute. I like that. Mathilde at Nestled in Knits. Yeah, I think those are my like ideas, but I also sometimes will like impulsively cast something on. That might be what I end up doing today or tomorrow just because I need to have something to do. But that's why I keep making vanilla socks, is because I need something to do and I'm like, I know, socks. And then, you know, it's too hot to wear them anyway. I barely ever wear these socks down here because it's just too hot. But speaking of that, let's go into my life updates. We're moving to Cincinnati in July, so pretty soon I'll be able to wear all of these wool things that I've been creating for the last 2 years. We're moving to Cincinnati in July because my husband, he's currently in the Navy and he's stationed at Parris Island, which is why I'm down here in South Carolina, and he's getting out. So we are moving back to where his family lives and very close to my family. So we're gonna be in Cincy. In like 4 weeks we're moving, which is crazy to me. Exciting, but also makes me nervous. Lots of feelings. I've definitely cried, not because I'm like sad that we're going there, like I'm excited. It's just like a lot of change, especially leaving my job, which I love my job. I love my school, I love my kids, I love my coworkers. It's a great job. So it was really hard to leave, and that gave me a lot of feelings. And then to add on to that, I had to get a new job, which I thought would be easy, but it was really, really hard. You'd think it'd be easy because I feel like you're always hearing like, oh, there's a teacher shortage, we need more teachers. I had trouble. I think it's because my job, I'm a music teacher, is kind of like niche. And so when you look at like all the openings, there's a ton of openings, but then when you filter it by like music, there were like 2 for months. There were no jobs. And so I applied to everything I could apply to. I finally got one though. Woohoo! I got a job and I'm excited. It seems like a great place. I'm very excited. I'm very grateful. But I was really struggling through the job process, like struggling like mentally. It was rough. I was feeling pretty bad about myself, which I know you shouldn't take these things personally. Like it's just a job, but that's how I felt. And it made me not want to make content on here on Instagram. I also have a TikTok where I make stuff about like perfume. I'm also kind of like a perfume girly. And I wasn't making anything anywhere. I just was feeling bad. But now that I have one, like this huge weight has been lifted off of my shoulders from the last like 4 months, and it was just getting worse and worse. And now I feel so much better knowing that I have a job. So hopefully I'll be back into this. I've been trying to post more on Instagram just because it's fun to be on there. I like to see what my friends are doing. Hopefully I'll make more of these videos, but clearly I'm not very good at being consistent with them. But I'm feeling a lot better. That was a scary noise. I'm feeling a lot better and I'm excited for a new chapter. I think it'll be really exciting. Cincinnati has a yarn store, so I'm excited about that. Like a nice yarn store, so that'll be fun. Beaufort, where I live now, we had a yarn store when I moved here, and right when I first started getting into knitting, I was going there, but then as soon as I got like kind of good at knitting, it closed. So now we have Hobby Lobby. You know, so it'll be fun. But also our family lives there. One of my best friends lives in Cincinnati. We're gonna be like neighbors, like very close together. So I'm really excited, and I'm hoping to indoctrinate her into knitting, and then she'll go with me to the yarn store. But, we'll see if that happens. Another plus is in Ohio, it will be cold. So I'll get to wear all of my knits all the time. When we first talked about moving to Ohio, that was like how Robbie tried to like really get me excited about it when I was feeling really sad about leaving my school. He was like, but you can wear your sweaters every day. And I'm like, I don't want to wear my sweaters. But now I do want to wear my sweaters. I think it'll be fun. I have a new job to look forward to. I'm just feeling a lot more positive about it, and I'm excited. Another positive is the Navy will move your things for you. So I don't have to move it, and I don't have to carry things up and down the stairs, and I don't have to pack. So that is like the final gift from the Navy. I'm very excited about it. And yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I think I told you today is Mochi's birthday. She is 6 years old. Everyone wish her happy birthday. I'll make sure to tell her what you say. Me and Robbie are gonna give her some treats, maybe a toy. Yeah, please let me know all the updates about yourselves in the comments. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Please let me know like what you're working on and what you're excited to do next, how your summer is going. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at Rachel Makes Things 4 on Instagram. If you're somehow interested in my TikTok, it is Fragrance Rachel, I think is my tag. If it's not, I'll put it on the screen. But I really haven't made things there in a while. I don't know if I'll continue to. I don't know how I've been feeling about it. I still love perfume. I love the way it smells. It like, you know, I feel like that sounds so surface level, but I like that it's like art, you know. To me, I like some weird, funky little fragrances that I feel like I can't wear around people. But I love to change it up every day. I love to curate my collection and think about it and like figure out how everything works together. And I like the science behind it, but I don't really know if I feel like making videos about it anymore. I might just like transition my TikTok into making videos about like whatever, or maybe more knitting videos, because I like making content. But I mean, I've really been down in the dumps for the last like 4 months, so that's where I've been. But I'm hoping on the up and up, and now I've got a lot of time because it's summer. So anyway, it's been nice chatting with you. It feels like my little therapy session just to like talk about my feelings. I will see you guys soon. Hopefully I'll be better about this, and until next time, happy knitting. Bye.